Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a topic that's been hidden in plain sight: microplastics. They're tiny, invisible to the naked eye, and they're everywhere. But what exactly are microplastics and why should we be so concerned? Stick around as we dive into the hidden world of microplastics and explore what you need to know. Plastic is one of the most common materials in the world, but while it's known for its durability, there's a darker side to plastic that many people don't realize. Let's talk about microplastics, those tiny plastic particles that are finding their way into our air, water, food, and even our bodies. So, what exactly are microplastics? Microplastics are small plastic particles less than 5 millimeters in size. They come in two forms: primary and secondary. Primary microplastics are manufactured at this small size, like those tiny plastic beads in some facial scrubs, toothpaste, and even cleaning products. Secondary microplastics, on the other hand, are the result of larger plastic items breaking down over time, things like plastic bags, bottles, or fishing nets that degrade into tiny pieces. So, how do these tiny particles get into our environment? Well, it starts with us. We produce and use plastic at an alarming rate. But plastic doesn't just disappear, it's not biodegradable, so over time it breaks down into smaller and smaller particles, microplastics. As plastic waste accumulates, it ends up in our oceans, rivers, and even in the air we breathe. This leads to microplastics spreading far and wide, affecting ecosystems, wildlife, and us. Now let's talk about the big question. How do microplastics affect the environment? Microplastics have become a huge threat to marine life. Sea creatures, from tiny plankton to large whales, ingest these particles, mistaking them for food. This not only harms the animals directly but also has ripple effects throughout the food chain, and guess what? We're at the top of that chain. Yep, you heard that right. Microplastics are finding their way into our food. Studies have shown that seafood, such as fish and shellfish, often contain microplastic particles. But it's not just marine life. Microplastics are in the air, soil, and even in the water we drink. Research has found traces of microplastics in tap water, bottled water, and even table salt. So while these particles are invisible to the eye, they're everywhere we go. And they're even entering our bodies. But here's the real question. What happens when microplastics enter our bodies? When microplastics are ingested, they can accumulate in our organs and tissues. Some studies suggest that they could cause inflammation, disrupt hormones, and even contribute to diseases. However, we're still learning about the long-term effects. So, what can we do about it? First, it starts with reducing plastic use. You can take small steps like switching to reusable bags, using less plastic packaging, and supporting businesses that are committed to reducing their plastic footprint. Another way to help is by supporting cleanup initiatives and recycling programs that focus on preventing plastic from entering the environment in the first place. Collective action matters. Communities around the world are coming together to clean up beaches, reduce plastic production, and create awareness about the hidden dangers of microplastics. Microplastics are small, but their impact is far from tiny. They affect the planet, wildlife, and potentially our health. The good news is, we have the power to change things. It starts with being more conscious of our plastic consumption and supporting solutions that protect our environment. So, what can you do today? Start by cutting down on single-use plastics, spreading the word about microplastics, and supporting sustainable initiatives. Every action, no matter how small, helps. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to know about the hidden world of microplastics.